Why, hello there, my fellow researchers, scientists, security guards, and summer interns. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of a new series covering Abiotic Factor. If you would like to skip the game's overview, the setup of this series, or the introduction tutorial, please use YouTube chapters. Abiotic Factor is a survival crafting game set in the depths of an underground research facility. You are caught between a paranormal containment failure, a military crusade, and chaos from dozens of realms. The world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats. I'm going to be playing on single player, starting a brand new run for the marathon on normal difficulty, and actually starting the tutorial elements before I even start playing. The priority of this, of what I'm working on, is going to be pulled by live viewers, and I'll read the rest once I get through the replay introduction.
Almost there. So, ready for your first day? There she is.
You can exit vehicles and chairs by pressing jump, which is spacebar. And, yeah, he's just dropping me off and leaving me here. Use WSD to move about, left shift to sprint. Pretty typical stuff. Jump over small obstacles with spacebar. And it wants me to enter the shack. So we are in the outback of Australia, and, you know, before we get started, let's ease the passage of time and fecal matter. Oops. Might have pooped on the seat there a little bit. My bad.
Okay, you're the transfer, huh? You sure picked a day. Things a bit hectic downstairs this morning. Just grab your gate pal there. It'll help you get sorted. Sorted? Okay. Most of what you need should be in your gate pal. Well, eventually. But you're good to go. Head down to the elevator. It'll take you down to induction, and they'll take care of you.
Alright, thank you, Jackson. I'll even close the door for you. Authorized personnel only. That's me. First day in the lab. When you encounter radiation, you will see small speckles or dots in your vision, increasing in intensity with the radiation's strength. A little won't hurt, but long-term exposure will harm you without protection. Not great, not terrible. Grab and equip the hard hat. And as you can see, the current goal is in the... Well, the goal that the game has in the top left there, and the goal I have, the current priority, I suppose I can update, which is do the tutorial. So hard hat. So if you hit E, you pick it up, and if you hold E, you equip it.
So, you've got what you need. Head through the gate to my left, down to the elevator. It'll take you down to induction.
When you pick up resources in the game, it gives you ideas about recipes that you can craft. I'm in the tutorial, so I don't really need to be doing that right now, but you'll see a lot of that mechanic at play soon. So here's the elevator. Additionally, J is your journal, and, well, it's your gate pal, I should say. And you can see your current tasks here. So, for instance, my gate pal stores useful data and communications, assuming it works like the ones in the Springer facility, which I am a transfer from Springer. It will be locked to my security clearance, so it only provides data for sectors I've got access to. And you can always pin this to the screen if you want, but in this case it just says gate pal, but it's a little reminder about things to do, so you can pin your own objectives if you'd like.
Welcome to the Gate Cascade Research Facility. You are in the induction wing. The facility is currently at alert level precautionary. Please listen carefully to and follow all security instructions. Now arriving at staff processing.
Hold B to open the emote wheel and wave or page the guard.
Hey, new transfer. I got pulled in from surface duty. The usual lady, she got called out to help downstairs. Happens. Chaos is kind of our thing around here. You seem a bit antsy. Just wait. I'll unlock the gate in a second. Now, I've never run someone through this, but it looks pretty straightforward. Coming from the Springer facility, you'll know the basics, but since we deal with specimens directly, everyone on staff has to know basic ECP. That's emergency containment procedures. Okay, now I have some instructions here that aren't really compatible with the current security situation around here, so we're just gonna improvise a bit. Bear with me. I'm gonna have you crawl through that vent down there. Consider it like chasing down an escaped specimen. You got a big brain, you got a big imagination, right?
Okay. Go through the vent. So these doors are locked. Kicking them open does not work. In many cases, locked doors can be unlocked from the other side and then opened, giving you access that you wouldn't have before otherwise. Dismantling. Many objects can be dismantled for resources, either broken with a proper weapon or taken apart by holding F. Vents can be destroyed or dismantled. I picked up the flashlight, and the hotkey for that would be V as in Victor. And we'll dismantle the vent and hold left control to travel through the facility.
If there's something in your way, 'cause I put it there should be a tool down there. Something you can smash the crate with. You might have to look around a bit. And don't worry about smashing stuff. Like we got a lot of crates. A lot of crates.
Alright. In this case, I got the wrenches from the toolbox, but you can also pack up the toolbox and take it with you if you want. And then deploy it when you want. And that applies to most things in the game. You can pack them up. Your construction skill in the game determines your success chance for items that can break, like tables and couches. But for small things like toolboxes and med crates, you can pack them up without failure. And I broke the crate. And he said I can smash crates, so I'm gonna smash some crates. Pick up the cloth scrap that was inside. You know what? I like breaking stuff. I can't help it.
Oh, what the hell? This damn radio's acting up. There we go. Ugh, all morning. Alright, where were we? They want you to capture a creature. The lady who's supposed to do this, she took all the nets downstairs with her. Look around, maybe you can make one out of something.
Crafting. As a scientist, you find inspiration all around you. Gain new crafting recipes and ideas by picking up resources, interacting with items, packing furniture, and the occasional email. Press C, as in Charlie, to access your crafting and research menu. Some recipes are craftable right away, but ideas must first be invented. You've learned the recipe for throw nets, now craft some. So, this would be one such concept. Here is, I'll just demo the idea for research. So this is the idea of an energy brick. So you drag, well, let's do it wrong first. You drag items that you think, well, I'll just do it. There's the energy brick. And if I got the combination wrong, the ones that were correct would stay, and I could drag new combinations into the energy brick. Unfortunately, I had already known how to make an energy brick, so I did it right. But oh well.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking I'd grab like a plastic bag for, you know what? This is why we do the jobs we do here at Gate. Go ahead and throw your fantastic net on the dummy.
Oh, you mean this one? Sorry, dude.
Nice. You've got some athleticism in there, somewhere. Now, real creatures might wriggle out of that one, but that's not a real creature. So, next step is special containment, isolation, wash hands, inoculate. You know what? Just stomp on it. Oh, brutal. Okay, so next up, what's going on with your leg there? Looks to me like you're bleeding. Look, we'll call this training, basic first aid. Find some cloth and make a bandage. And just keep this between us for now. I'll buy you a beer in residence later. Sorry about that. Okay, you did that way cleaner than I would have. You would, wouldn't you? You're gonna fit right in down there. Looks like you can walk on it all right. Let's head you on through to the next room. Feel free to mosey. I've gotta check some stuff out. We got some weird crap going on today, not gonna lie to you.
So these are like holographic recordings, which reveal mostly part of the lore and story that are scattered throughout the game.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting. Research Director, Gate Cascade Research Facility. After yesterday's fiasco, I've made a formal request to extend general anomaly storage immediately. We've requisitioned Ordo 113, only to discover that some effect from 221 had turned it permanently blue. I've made it clear to Anderson. This is not acceptable. Ordo subjects may be deemed low risk, but the range of phenomena is too diverse to jam them together like sardines.
And then after listening to that, we have a journal entry about containment protocols. Gate operates several tiers of containment protocols. The lowest is Ordo, which is confusing considering I play Star Sector and Ordos are the hardest enemy, indicating an item, artifact, or entity is deemed benign or at low risk and requires only basic precautions. There are several tiers above this, but I'll need a higher security clearance than Blue to learn about them. And then this is an email terminal. Investigation. Jane, what is this I'm hearing about an investigation into our security? Has anyone spoken to you about it? Relax, Richard. It doesn't concern anyone in your sector. It's the labs team. You know how they are, always scared someone's leaking information. Mance suggested the executive committee thinks someone may be monitoring our data network. I thought that was impossible. The farm needs to know about this. We're the ones who work with the data day in and day out. Look, Mance is great at theorizing, but sometimes he lets his imaginations run away with the facts. It is all speculation at this point. We haven't detected anything beyond a few probing actions. Our data is secure. Let them know it's under control, because it is. And Fungus. Hey, you asked me to get in touch if we found any applications for new materials. You remember that fungus Lenore's team brought back? We did some tests. This stuff makes penicillin look like tap water. I reviewed the report. You're cleared for Phase 2. Someone needs to go back in there. We need more samples. The Silo 2 systems are online. I think another venture should be fine. Talk to TR. They're itching to get back in there.
So, I'm betting they didn't have these at Springer. It says here, all gate staff at Cascade need to understand the facility's unique power system. It goes into a lot of detail only an egghead would want. No offense. Every power socket here comes with its own little extension cable, and we build everything purpose-built for those sockets. So what you're gonna do, you need to package the heater, place it back down near the power socket, and then... Okay, now I know that was a lot. I'm getting some weird interference on my radio. I'm gonna leave you to the whiteboard down there. You might need a screwdriver. I'll get back to you in a minute.
Alright, redeploy heater and plug it in. So grab the screwdriver, package the heater, deploy the heater near the power socket,
What's going on?
build the heater, grab the cable from the power socket, plug in the heater. So hold F to package,
A lot of chatter?
pick it up.
Some kind of shady op again? I didn't see a bulletin.
In this case, you can either put it on your hotbar and deploy it, or if it wasn't in your hotbar, you can just right-click and hit deploy. Anywhere within the blue sphere of influence is going to be within the socket's range. Anything outside will be too far, and you will need extension cables called tech scrap to be able to plug it in. So I'll plug it in here. Then, take a screwdriver and install it. And this, as you can see in the top left, levels up your construction experience. And there's a whole lot of skills in this game, which I'll go into later. And then we grab the plug and plug it in.
Hey, nice work plugging in that plug. We're done here. There's some stuff on this list, but I don't reckon you're gonna need it. That's why you've got people like me around. Keep you safe. Looks like I gotta check on some situation topside. So, yeah, head to the elevator. It'll take you down to residences. Real cozy stuff. Clipboard here says you're looking for a Dr. Khan? It sounds familiar. I guess he's in charge of the rest of your orientation. Alright, onward to science. Well, for one of us anyway.
And then more notes in the gate pal about sounds like someone is watching the research division, and also one of the first things the gate did when they bought this lithium mine was to install a completely new power and electrical system. Due to safety regulations, it only operates during daylight hours. That's a really important part of the game. Power goes off at night.
Attention. This is a high priority safety broadcast. You are currently en route to Residence Level 7. Due to an active security situation, advanced safety precautions are in effect. This elevator will be redirected to Offices Level 1. Please remain in place and wait for security team assistance.
And there we go. That was the intro to the game. Pretty straightforward, but it includes a lot of important concepts that you'll need to be able to succeed. Now, we're going to start a brand new game. Now, this is a game that can go up to 6 players, but I'm going to be playing it single player. Before you even jump in, you can customize your character. This is the character I've customized for myself, but you can make all the sorts of changes you want. Like, I could say, I want to be in Research Division, but with my badge covered in blood. Because, you know, that's going to be appropriate pretty soon. So let's do that instead. The difficulty is going to be on normal. And it's going to be single player only. If it's not single player, you cannot pause the game. So even if you're playing alone on multiplayer, if you hit escape, like, it won't work. So that's, I suppose, important to know. There is a lot of modifiable sandbox settings, so if you want to custom tune it to your own preferences, obviously you can in this instance, but I'm not going to be doing that. And then there is normal, hard, and apocalyptic, but, you know, I'm just going to be playing normal. In Abiotic Factor, your character is saved on a per-world basis. This means your character's traits, skills, items, equipment, and progress are tied to a given server. Visual customization is stored locally and carried between servers. You need to select a job and starting traits for your character with each new world, which you will do now. So, I've already decided on my character, and shamefully, it is more or less meta. So if you're new to the game and you want, like, the meta build, you can follow along. But there is a bunch of available jobs, and this is very similar to Project Zomboid, where the available jobs will have certain skills that are leveled up for you automatically, but you'll have lower starting points. Pretty much identical game mechanic to Project Zomboid. And then there's the Summer Intern, which is essentially a blank slate, which is exactly like Project Zomboid's Unemployed. And that's the choice we're going to make now. Then you have positive and negative traits, and a certain amount of trait points available to spend. In this case, I will be picking the Summer Intern with Wrinkly Brainmeat. So Wrinkly Brainmeat, you have a 20% XP gain over normal. I'll also be picking the Fanny Pack. You never leave home without it. You permanently gain 2 extra hot bar slots. And not only that, but there's a reduction in weight for the things in your hot bar. So you can carry significantly more than you could without. And then also self-defense. You took the gate-provided self-defense course. You deal extra damage with all melee weapons. And that would be my positive traits. As far as my negative traits go, I am going to go with Hearty Appetite, Dry Skin, and Weak Bladder. So Hearty Appetite, I get hungry more quickly. Dry Skin, I get thirstier more quickly. And Weak Bladder, can't hold it very long, so I'll need to go potty more frequently. And you can custom tailor your own characters. I think this is probably what everyone would consider meta. But, you know, that's up to argument, but this is the choices I'm going to be making regardless. So let's finish. Yes, I'm ready. So you can see the Fanny Pack is in my 0 and 9 slots here as part of my traits. And before I go any further, let's quickly talk about skills. Because skills is a big deal here too. So sprinting. Each level increases your total stamina by a small amount. XP is primarily gained by sprinting. Strength. Each level increases your total carry capacity and eventually unlocks proper access to heavy weapons. XP is primarily gained by traveling with a heavy inventory. Also wearing heavy armor. Throwing. Each level increases how far you can throw objects of all kinds. XP is primarily gained by throwing weapons, grenades, throwable devices, and even miscellaneous objects, like darts and the like. Sneaking. Each level increases how long it takes for enemies to detect your presence. XP is primarily gained by sneaking around dangerous active enemies. Combat, we've got blunt melee, sharp melee, accuracy, reloading, and fortitude. Fortitude is just like you taking damage, and the rest is pretty self-explanatory. And then as far as the survival skills, we have crafting, which is like actual building of items. We've got construction, which is deconstructing objects and installing them. First aid, cooking, agriculture, and fishing. Okay. Well, here we are. So the game picks up at the end of the tutorial where there was some sort of crisis on our day 1. And we were redirected from going to the residences to the office sector where we are now. So this is the office sector cafeteria.
I don't think we've met. Ah, you're stuck here too, eh? I came down from level 8 for a...
Let me try to raise his volume a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'll do it this way. Master... There, that should work.
Coffee. Now I'm locked in here
Still not loud enough.
for God knows how long. It'll be those fools on level 3 overreacting again. Looks like Jaeger's locked out. Typical. See if you can let him in. Maybe he knows what's happened. But take your time. He's insufferable.
Open the cafeteria door. That is my current goal, and we just met Ulrich Thule. So if we go all the way back to the gate compendium, we've got soup recipes, emails, fish that we've encountered, registry of people, and things. Actually, this is things. This is the people. So here's Ulrich Thule. a theoretical physicist, coffee aficionado, committed cynic, so on and so forth. And then we'll get into more later on. Alright, so obviously it's not as simple as opening the door because it's locked. Oh, I have lab gloves. Let's put those on. And let's put on a chef's hat. Now I look truly ridiculous. Time to celebrate the truly ridiculous by cheering. Yay! Alright, so if we need to get in there, let's find an alternative route. The bathrooms seem to be dead end. Low transit is busted, and it looks like I wouldn't want to go in there even if I could, because that looks horrifying. We've got some tape, tech scrap, more tape, and then 3 ducks. These sort of like red bars are, you can't break through, but obviously this is the room I didn't want to go into, so I'm glad the red bars are there, protecting me. That's a vertical climb that I'm not going to be able to get through. So, last but not least, now there is carry weight. If you hit tab to get to your inventory, as you can see, you have a certain amount of weight that you can hold. The weight in my hotbar is reduced weight. So if I like move things to the hotbars, you can see the weight changes, which can be useful if you want to like pack your heavy stuff in your hotbar. You can carry more. So if you're like trying to move a couch, you can put it in your hotbar, depending on the skills that you have. And let's see what this way takes us first. Alright, definitely not walking through the saw blades of hell. So we'll go this way. And this was obviously not supposed to be here. Now, in this case, the raw carbuncle here is emitting very low radiation. It's uncooked, dangerous radiation when ingested. And I'm definitely not hungry enough to be like, all right, let's eat that. And then there's some other sort of monster over here, which we will learn about later on. But anytime we interact with entities, it should. I'm actually surprised the carbuncle didn't pop up on our entities list. Okay. But another thing to note is the radiation effect, the like sort of static, if you will, on the screen, is a result of me holding the carbuncle. With that in mind, and the carbuncle is also known as IS-0171, but with that in mind, it's not dangerous enough radiation that it's going to harm me unless I carry it around with me for like ages, so I'm not fretting about it. Alright, we have an entity up ahead. So before I interact with the entity, let's go ahead and invent some things. So this will be a crafting bench, and I'm going to do it wrong on purpose. Oh no, that was right on purpose. Dang it, I keep doing that. Well, let's do the energy brick wrong. To show you what happens when you do it wrong. So in this case, it wants tech scrap. The border indicates the types of material. So like this is a plastic material. This is a tech material. So I can pull the tech scrap in and invent an energy brick, which is essentially just a fancy battery. Your craftables are in categories here. And right now, I'm probably going to want some nets. And then also, just in case I get hurt, bandages. Because if you're bleeding, you know, you definitely need to solve that quick. Splat! I threw it on that that entity there and smushed it good. Alright, we have a forking path here. And a door that's completely busted up to hell. This is not procedurally generated. You would be correct about that. Yes. this is a not procedure-generated game, which is why it's all the more necessary to remind people that I'm not looking for spoilers. I've played this before. Actually, it's worth mentioning right now, the whole spoiler note. So I've played Abiotic Factor prior to the stream, but I intend to play as if seeing the game for the first time, so as to not ruin the discovery or pace of progress. The story and mechanics of the game are best enjoyed as they are discovered, not spoiled, so no spoilers, please. I'm not looking for spoilers or backseating, as I think that would essentially ruin the experience. Additionally, in the top right, as you can see, the pinned recipes. If you want to unpin them, you can click that. So, like, let's say I wanted to make a splint, which is really handy to have a splint around on you at all times, because the fall damage in this game can be pretty severe. You can pin it as a little reminder of, hey, you need to pick up some boards of wood. And that way, you can be on the lookout for that specific material. All right, let's take a metal pipe or two. And picking up the metal pipe and the pressure gauge has triggered more inventions. So here is the chef's counter. And the chef's counter is a large two-sided station that allows both the creation of food recipes and the preparation of fish. And then the idea of a vacuum. A super powerful makeshift vacuum, good at sucking up items, and maybe even small critters. Another thing that's really important is that, does inventing things use the resource? No, it does not. Case in point, like, I don't have an energy brick, but I just invented the vacuum that uses one. So it's more interacting with the material for the first time. So I've interacted with... Actually, truth be told about the energy brick, I've not interacted with supply units or circuit boards. But as you interact with new materials, you'll come up with ideas about how to use those materials, but it doesn't actually consume those materials. What I wanted to say is the fall damage in this game is pretty extreme compared to games like it. You are not superhuman in terms of gravity. So breaking your legs is like super common. And in fact, if I had wood, I would demonstrate that, but I choose not to. I don't like sprains, so I'm going to avoid them for now at least. It's one of these games where until you know the value of an object or resource, it's definitely worth, like, kind of taking everything that you possibly can. Because, you never know what you're going to need, so looting everything, especially new things. Anytime you interact with a new resource, definitely take it. Because it could be very potentially valuable. And I don't intend to spoil the game much, but, like, I will obviously not ignorantly not pick up the things that are important. So this is the packing of furniture. So because I have extraordinarily low construction skill of whopping 0, my chance to break this is very high. And if we break it, I got plastic scrap, metal scrap, and cloth scrap. And the plastic scrap lets me invent storage crates. This is called a carbuncle crown, so I'm going to assume it's made with carbuncle. And I just interacted with plastic for the first time, so probably this recipe unlocked because of me picking up plastic. So one could make the assumption that that would be the correct recipe. And you can kind of surmise what some of the recipes for these things are going to be because of the recent materials that you've picked up, which would have allowed you to unlock it. Email. Cooking. Hey, Amara. I'm looking for a gift for a friend of mine who loves cooking. Any thoughts? They want to be a chef? Give them a knife. Until you chop it up, you can't cook it. And this has given me the idea to make a shiv. Yep. So, a hastily made blade for stabbing things. Don't expect it to last. And you can see damage and weight right there. Do you get XP from failing to pack up items? Yes. You do. A chef's apron. So chef's apron doesn't really provide armor, but it prevents the buildup of blood and other liquids on the wearer. So as you murder things, you will be able to... You'll end up getting covered in blood, which can make you sick. Picking up a frying pan, picking up a plastic cafeteria tray, and that gives me an idea for a cushioned chest plate, as well as a plastic shield. And here's a knife, which is useful for butchering things up. Let's invent some of these new things. So here's a test tube, glass and wood. Yep. And here is the plastic shield. Well, probably is plastic. Let's say maybe duct tape and cloth. Yep. Perfect. Another knife. A dead chef. This button opens and closes security shutters.
Hello? Over here. Oh, you're new. Looks like that little pest damaged the power system. Can you get someone to fix it? But hurry, would you? I'm not enjoying standing around out here. It was hours last time, and I don't feel safe at all.
Okay. Well, Thule was definitely correct, and this guy seems insufferable to me. So he wants me to open the cafeteria door, and this is an example of unlocking doors. So before I had to go all the way through the like vent system, but now with these doors unlocked, I can just pass through easy peasy. X is your status screen. I should go over these as well. So not hungry, but not exactly full either. Not thirsty, but not fully full on that either. Don't need a poo. I don't need to sleep just yet. I have a chef's hat, which allows me to cut out corpses a bit faster, and a splatter guard, which protects me from splatter. Also in the screen, you have health items on the right. So if you have health issues that you can address with the health items, it will be shown here. And yeah, then I've shown you all the other stat screens. So let's go ahead and eat the cooked pork chop, which apparently didn't satiate me very much.
Here at the Gate Cascade Research Facility, safety and security demand we take our primary power network offline at night. All major power outlets are shut down, as well as most pathway lighting. However, if your research or study requires a source of energy during nocturnal hours, protocols permit the use of approved battery and electrical storage systems to power your projects when the lights go out. If you do plan on working late, please request a night pass from your supervisor. The facility is dark at night, and your safety depends on it. Now rest up. Every day is a new opportunity for science.
Thank you for tuning in to Abiotic Factor, which originally streamed live as a marathon on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I won't be answering anything that would be considered a spoiler. I am also not looking for feedback. This streamed one time only as a marathon. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow scientists, security guards, and summer interns.